Welcome back, my gardening friends, to a June plot tour of plot 1. Let's have a look and see what's going on. So as we move into plot 1, we've got what I call the cabbage cage. This is where I grow some of my giants, in a massive need of weeding, but due to my circumstances at the moment, harvesting is more important than weeding when I get a chance to come up here. So these containers here will have my giant radish in. They're desperate to go out. I'm tempted to harvest some of the ant castings. They're red ants, maybe I'll leave them alone. Wood chip paths are ideal. No need for massive boots. You could come up here in your slippers and tend to your garden with the raised beds. The blackberries are now coming into their own. The bees and wildlife are absolutely loving this. Probably far too many berries for me, but not too many flowers for our wildlife. And I've said previously, good maintenance over the winter does help. And I've never seen my autumn fruiting raspberries so tall. So hooray for the strops that hold all this together. And I will not tolerate any of the entrants to my soft fruit vegetable harvest 2024 telling me not to eat my produce before I weigh it. Excuse me, don't look inside. It's the first autumn fruiting raspberry. There'll be a few more to come. I'll try and push them in. If they don't push in, I'll cut them off. Keeps it all tidy. And because this is on the south facing, we do get a few more this side trying to escape, but look at the growth on that. And they've been fed over the winter with log ashes and the liquid manure, which we'll show you shortly. Dahlias, the show dahlias that I was given, I haven't done nothing with these, but I'm sure Mrs. K would like a few. More harvest from the rhubarb. Keep on taking it. Maybe having this structure sat here isn't helping with the pigeons. And the summer fruiting raspberries here. We've had a couple of pickings off these, which have been added to my list. I haven't added them to the board. By the time you see this, the competition will have already closed. Anybody new to my channel, these are the compost finds and the leaf mold collections. How many on the right there, leaf collection. 18 bags means the 1 ton builder's bags. And this is the compost that we've collected since 2014 roughly. 36,240 litres approximately. So I can afford to keep collecting the pallet collars and making my own mixes. So this in here, you look at that now, how much it's settled. This is horse manure. I have robbed a little bit, and I'm going to be robbing it again in a future video. And then all the liquid from that goes into there, and I collect it. And what I have been doing, Nick the gardener, I've been mixing it with the charcoal that we got out of that air filter. And this side is also for the manure runoff. Bocking 14 Comfrey. This needs harvesting again. And I'll also take some of this and add it to my Comfrey bin. Everything goes in here, the stem, the lot, and after a while we start getting the concentrate. So that's just the juices from the Comfrey. Now, I had a couple of volunteers in my potatoes. Now I remember that all the bits that didn't rot down I put in the compost bin, so there's probably some seeds in there. As we know, it does spread really well. This variety does, but I'll keep it under control, and it makes me some lovely feed. And that's the Comfrey we made last year. That'll be used on the tomatoes, cucumbers, and the autumn fruiting raspberries as they start to produce their flowers. That'll give them a boost. Remember, nitrogen is for green growth. Comfrey will help your fruiting crops. Remember, tomatoes are a fruit. These two here are the seeds that we sowed, planted on the around the middle of February. I'm going to be revealing one of those in a future video coming soon. And there's the rest of the potatoes. They're all sitting on those trays, so when I water from the top, anything that leaks from outside the cloth pots drops into it. Looking really fresh. And there's the giant celery. I have managed now to get the irrigation in. And I was so impressed with the water timers. Plant it. I bought 2 more. So I've got 3 in total on my allotments. I let some volunteer poppies grow in the wildflower area, shall we say, around the pear tree. Conference pears, that's coming out. It's getting massive. I have noticed just lately that the birds and the slugs are leaving the strawberries alone. I think it's because it's been so hot and so dry. Alpine strawberries that we grew from seed, the ones that we froze first before germination, have done a lot better. Weed as we go. Keeping an eye on this patch. A baby dock. Get that while it's easily manageable. Hawthorn bush. Get that before we end up with a hedge. I've uncovered the soil. This is the soil that we got before we put in the raised beds. I don't just put my beds on top of the soil. I dig down, take all the good quality soil out, and that's stacked up there ready for some improvements in this area here. It's shaded by the holly bush, and I think the lettuce will grow a lot better here. Had some more wood chips dropped off, so I've just dumped them there, just random. Compost bin, another video coming soon. I need some help in turning that. I managed to weed this leaf mould. I think this was 2022. Didn't collect any in 23. And this is what we collected in 21. 25 1-ton bags. I'm possibly going to move all this to where the cocoa coir is on plot 3, just in case I don't get any more cocoa coir or fly-tipped, unscrupulously dumped compost. The gravity-fed wick guttering system. So we pop the water in there, goes in there into there with the float valve, and we just let the tomatoes draw up as much as they need by the wicks. That cucumber's growing great. The bell pepper there is looking a lot better, and I've had some stem rot on the that cucumber, so I've got a tomato that can go in there, but even with the ring, it's with adding extra water. Didn't help it. I added water once I saw it like that, but then I realised it had already got stem rot. Desperate need to get in here and sort these tomatoes out. But overall, as you see, you need to do this on a regular basis, really. You can see I've been doing it, but not often enough. Even the strawberries in here have been maturing. As you can see, the blackbirds just waddle about in there. But these are coming out. Alright, I'll leave it and weigh it. These are coming out. I'll use the soil over there. The reason I'm doing that is because it has settled, it's kinked up, the plastic's dropped down, etc. My two fish are quite happy. I found a frog under that plastic sheet this morning. He probably didn't rate being chucked in the water. Just in the middle of the screen there, they're just swimming around. I've never seen the ferns as big on here either. Just needs a little bit of tidying up when I've got time. And everything else that we added to this over the winter. Some of the stalks from sunflowers and the sweet corn. What I'll do, I'll just put those under those there, but the wildlife love all those holes. And we've got the squirrels and the badger on guard. Hello, Mr. Weed. Goodbye, Mr. Weed. Giant beetroot. Giant carrot. Crashed. Sorry. Let's get you over there. And the giant carrot has split. We'll let it go. And our parsnip there. My Mycorrrhzal aren't swelling out as much as I'd like them to, but it's not how quick you are. It's not a race. It's getting some good vegetables that haven't gone rotten at the end. These were the first carrots that I'd actually sown. We took a harvest. They were beautiful, but because they were fresh, 30 minutes before they went in the steamer, I overcooked them. But they were still very nice. Lesson learned. Giant sunflowers, we've got two there. See if we can get another good placing at Malvern for the granddaughter. I got first, well, she got first place. She keeps telling me my granddaughter is always right. And my wife is always right. But hopefully, with all the liquid gold that we've been adding to these, we'll get a nice sunflower heads again. And then we've got some of the smaller sunflowers, the multi ones, Sun King, I think they are, but there is another variety that they may have already, they're safe seeds, so either Sun King or the other one. Teddy bear, am I right? Not everything is good, not everything is bad. But we just have to remember to concentrate on the successes and not the failures. If you've liked the content, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We'll be moving on to plot 1 shortly. You'll see that at a later date. Plot 3, sorry. Do I know what I'm doing? Absolutely not. No editing here. You get what you see and hear. Please remember to leave me a comment on any subject you like, and why not consider subscribing. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.